go through the scheduling of a store procedure. So for that, we'll use what we call a event. To schedule anything, we just use a special function that will be called an event. So for that, what we do first, we have to set up that event scheduler is on a system or not. So first you can do a show process list. So it will show you the list of schedules. So if it doesn't show you event scheduler, so that means your event scheduler is off, and you have to set it on by this function, set global event scheduler equal to on. Then your event can be scheduled. So to start, for the starting, we'll just create a new table. This table just have two columns. First is message, and the second is a date time when a particular record will be created. So we'll just create this table. Okay, now the table has been created. Now we'll create our first event. So for event, what we need is create, then event, then the event name, on schedule. Basically, then you give the time, and you give a do function. So what this event should do. So for this, what we are doing is we are creating an event, test event 1, at current timestamp, and what it will do is it will we created a message table. In a message table, it will insert the value of test MySQL event 1 and now. So basically current date and time. So if we run this, so I have run this command. So now if we check our table, so we'll have our first record. You can see the date and time is 10/20/9/21. So this is the event, and it is running on the current timestamp. So any issue with the create event part?
Swap, instead of like now, if you want to schedule like 7:30 every day, like how will you fix that?
What 7:30 every day? So you can schedule on. You can give a directly time schedule it and give the time. So instead of current timestamp, you will give the time, and you will give the intervals as well. Interval after 1 day. So the next would be telling on the next I will tell you how to schedule for a limited period of time. So this is done. So if you want to see the number of events in your system, so you just run this command, show event. So right now it's not showing us the event which we created. It is because in MySQL the event get deleted once it is executed. So this event has been completed, and now it's been removed from the system. So to keep your event in the system, then we use a command on completion preserve. So if we do that that way, it would remain in our system. So let me show you. If we just, this is test event 2, and it would enter a value of test MySQL event 2 now with the timestamp, but after the interval of 1 minute. So if I run it now, so I run it, and if I see, so we haven't received this new record as of now. So we have to wait for a minute, and then only we'll get this data. So now we have a record. After a minute, we can see we got a new record. So now if I see the show event in KKSS, so we can see test event 2, even though it's completed, but it's still there because we use a command of on completion preserve. So the event would be there even after it has been expired. So this was 2 events. Now we would be calling our store procedure, so that we can schedule it. So we'll create a procedure. The procedure is doing a normal function. It's just adding inserting the values in the new our message table. Let it test my SQL recurring event and with the date time stamp. So let's create this procedure. So now this procedure has been created. So we have this our customer file. Okay, now let's create a third event, that is on schedule or after every 1 minute. Start from the current timestamp and end on current timestamp for 5 minutes. So for every minute, it would run till 5 minutes. So we'll get five values when we run this event, and it will call our store procedure again and again. So and what our store procedure will do? It will, after a minute, it will call the store procedure. And store procedure will insert a value to it. So we can if we just call this event.
Swap.
Yeah.
Okay, you insert. I thought of like decreasing the time space, like within 1 minute, right? Maybe you can like, make it 20 seconds or so. Or we can like shed those record updates.
Okay, you want me to reduce this time now?
Yes.
So I have to drop this event and do it again. Yeah, we can do it. Let's drop this event 3. First check the file whether it's not scheme or not. Okay, we already got our 1 because of the current timestamp. So now if I drop it, so it won't go for the next one because the event has been dropped. It takes 30 seconds. Let's check our table before running this. Okay, so we have 3 records. Now if I'm scheduling, creating this event, let's see the table now. So we have the 4th record at 27:43. So the next record would be at 28:30. Now at 20:13 we have next record, and it will continue till the 5 minutes are over. So it will continue till 9:30 to 43. We'll have our last record. So okay, yeah, this was the way by which you can just schedule any event or any query. So in do command you can just call your store procedure if you want, or you can call your any query. So any doubt in creating the procedure, creating an event? Okay, I think we don't have any issues with this. So let's see if we got new records or not. Yeah, we got another record, and it will continue till the time is over. So we can check it afterward as well. So if you want to edit anything, you can't edit it directly. You just need to drop that event and then do the changes and call it again. So as I already told you that we didn't preserve our first event, so it got deleted. So if I see this, if I try to drop the first one, we'll get a warning that event 01 does not exist.
Okay.
So this is the issue with the events. So if you don't use this command on completion preserve, the event will expire, and yeah, you won't see that event again until unless you call it again. So yeah, this was the scheduling part. Now we can move to the functions.
So what is the syntax for calling event? Like call event and event name, or even
call event. If not exists, I just put to verify whether this event exists or not. So it's a optional statement. So you will create event name, on schedule. You have to give the time on which, and a do part. So do part in which
we actually preserved event number 2, right? Now we want to call that. Should we write like call event test event underscore 2, or call event test event underscore 2? What is syntax for it?
You want to call this event. Sorry, you can't call an event. You just need to run that event.
Okay, so then what's the reason of preserving that event? Is there any particular?
See, if you want to see how many events did it run, so when you go to here, show event in KKSS, so it's showing 2 and 3, but it would never show you the first event that has already been occurred.
Okay.
And you can see the status. The second event has been disabled, and the current the third is been enabled. So after 5 minutes, this event will also disappear, and you won't know which event have, because we are not using that on completion preserve command here as well.
Okay.
So I think almost the time that we have run this. So let's see how many records have came. So 30 to 13. So this would be the last record. Yeah, we already had 3 record, and it added 10 more record on the 30 second, basically 30-second interval, 5 minutes. So yeah, it added 10 records. So this way all the event works. And now if we check whether that event is there or not, you can see that test event 03 has also gone.